Hello and welcome to another Replica Reviews video. Now today I thought I'd do something a little bit different. This is the first time I've ever really done a chapter 2 as such. Borrowed the idea from Hickok 45. If you want to check his channel out, it's really good. More the real steel American firearms, but nevertheless I really enjoy watching it. So today we thought we'd do a bit of a chapter 2 on this one. Now this is the Umarex Python, and it's basically a licensed copy of the Colt 357. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about the gun itself, feel free to check out the other video review that I've done for it. We go in really in depth and just show you around the gun a little bit better than probably what I'm going to do today. Now, there's a couple of things I thought I missed out from that review, so, you know, if you want to sit and watch this one first, or maybe go across the other one, that's completely your choice. But today I thought I'd go through a few little things that I've noticed whilst actually having this gun in my possession. Now, I did say in the main review that I did quite like where the safety was. I don't know if you can see it on the camera here. It's this little button just in the back there. After using it for a while, I can't say I'm overly sold completely on it. It's in a really handy place to actually engage and disengage it, but the problem is, I don't know whether it's a brand new gun or, you know, anything like that. It just seems a little bit stiff. If you look at its main competitor, the Dan Wesson, if I just quickly bring this in, all you have to do is put this on safe, is just bring it back to the rear. Really nice and simple. Don't have to adjust your hold too much, it just does it really nicely. Now that was probably my main kind of gripe with the gun really. Trigger on it is absolutely superb. As you can see here, it's either a double action trigger, or you can cock the hammer back to make it single action. Now obviously when you put it into single action, the trigger is an awful lot easier to use. You know, the break point's a lot better. It does shoot really well from experience with the Dan Wesson and whatnot. When it's on single action, you know, any gun does. 1911s, SIG P226s, whatever you can think of, they all shoot best on single action. Sorry. So it's nice to have that option and that that selection there for you to have. Now, one thing I don't think I mentioned in the actual video is that the CO2 goes in the base here. It's a really simple way to load the gun. It's really nice and easy. Again, they supply an Allen key. If you're a collector like myself, I have a real stockpile starting to appear of 5mm Allen keys. They come with every gun. You know, if you, as I said there, if you're a collector, you end up with an absolute packet of these Allen keys lying around. So let's move on to a couple of the features that I think I kind of left out a little bit on the other review. Now, the first one really is the markings. I really like the markings. I'll flip the gun over for you quickly. Hopefully here you can see that you have the licensed markings on the front. Now obviously they do come with the usual ones. You do get your little 177 or 4.5mm. A really small little serial number there, and obviously the F for the German market. There's a lot of kind of discussion about what that F means. My understanding is it's basically just a way of showing that it's not an actual firearm as such. It's just an air pistol. A few people have picked up in videos that I've done recently. I refer to air guns as weapons or firearms, whatever. The reason for that being is in the UK they are considered a weapon itself. The reason that when the UKRA bill came out, we didn't really suffer too much of a hit with that is because rather than classing these as imitation firearms, these are just classed as firearms. So when people have a go at me for saying firearms, that's exactly why I do it, because in the eyes of the law in the UK, that's exactly what these things are. Now, one thing I definitely did miss out from the video, which I thought was a really neat feature, is when you're loading the shells into the gun. Now the speed loader that they supplied is really useful. You literally place the shells in like so. Oh, if I do it the right way, that would help really, wouldn't it? Lock it in like so, and then twist, and that's the shells locked in. Now to get the cylinder out is really nice and easy. Just pull the catch back and rock it out. Now, as I said in the other video that we did, it's really useful to have the speed loader match up with the frame. Hopefully from what you can see here, they do match up absolutely brilliantly. Rather than a Dan Wesson where you have to come in an angle, it just lines up perfectly. Push it down like so, and essentially you have a loaded gun in front of you. The shells anyway. Now, one thing I definitely did miss out is if you press the ejector pin here, it actually pushes the shells out. Hopefully this is coming out on camera. Now, I thought that was a really, really neat feature. It makes unloading it so much easier, and is a feature that I feel is left on various other guns. Now, I'll do a quick shell comparison here. If I bring in the Dan Wesson, for example, bring that into view here. Obviously, being huge, it's not going to fit on the screen, unfortunately. But if I open the speed loader quick, as you can see here, the shells are ever so slightly different. This is the Smith & Wesson shell, this is the Dan Wesson shell. Now hopefully this is coming out, but the Dan Wesson shell is an awful lot shorter than the Smith & Wesson. So a lot of people that were talking about changing the shells over, swapping the shells, you know, were they interchangeable? Most of the people on the forums that said no, they're not interchangeable were absolutely spot on. Unfortunately, they're not. So my time with this gun really is coming to an end. As I said in my previous video, this was loaned to us by our local dealer. I'll put a link in the description again on this one. I gotta admit, I don't really want to give this one back. It's one of the few revolvers I've ever come across that, you know, I just want to keep hold of. Unfortunately, you know, it does have to go back. I might buy it, but I've got my eye on the commemorative Colt 1911 that's coming out, so have to weigh up, do I need another 1911 or do I need another one of these revolvers? Now, as I said in my previous video, and I've also got a comparison between the Dan Wesson and this one coming up quite soon, it's a tough one. Overall build quality on this gun is so much better than the Dan Wesson. I just feel that this is going to last an awful lot longer. I might be right, I might be wrong, you know, only time will tell there, but it definitely is a really high quality gun. If you haven't got a revolver and you're looking at one, definitely give this one a shot, it's really good. Distributed by Armex in the UK, one of the main suppliers and the distributors over here, so if you want to get one of these from your local dealers, they should be really nice and easy to find. So that really concludes the chapter 2. If anybody's got any more questions, any queries about this gun, you know, feel free to put them in the comments below, or ask us on a message or whatever. We've also got our Facebook page, as I've mentioned before. We've got a load of pictures coming up of this gun, really nice close-ups, just really showing the detail and the quality behind it. So if you want to check out our Facebook page and keep up to date with all the latest, feel free to check out the link below as well. But apart from that, all that's left to say is thank you for watching another one of our replica reviews videos.